Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is the 9th July 2025. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, please note we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. And you might be knowing it is a highly expensive training, but we are providing complete free training and all the training lessons are already available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So at our channel homepage, click on the tab post, then you get this post. This post is having a YouTube playlist link that is having all the training lessons. You just click on the link. Now we are into supply demand zone price action course. Here you have all the training lessons are available. Just scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are placed in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one, but according to my training instructions. I provided the training instructions at our Telegram channel. I provided the link to our Telegram channel in this video description. So please make use of this opportunity. Now I am generating different supply demand zone reports with the help of NeoStock Software's supply demand zone top-down analysis strategy builder. First I am going to generate finding the stocks near daily and 75 minutes demand and supply zones, and in those reports let us identify high liquidity zones, and those high liquidity zones will be helpful to you for finding your intraday trades based on the HLQ zone strategy explained in lesson 21.3 videos. Okay, first daily time frame, stocks near to the daily demand zone. We got 8 stocks. Let us identify daily high liquidity demand zones. RVNL is having a daily high liquidity demand zone. So we got only one daily high liquidity demand zone from this list. And don't forget, I am giving you very few seconds time to watch the reports. That's why you need to pause the video, and after that you should move on to the next reports. And also those who don't understand the structure of these reports, you please complete the training lesson 21.1 video. In that video I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, next daily time frame, stocks near to the daily supply zone. We got 9 stocks. Let us identify daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. We don't have any daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Stocks near to the 75 minutes demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity zones. First one, Nifty Media is it is an indices not listed in F&O, ignoring this stock. Now we don't have any 75 minutes high liquidity demand zones from this list. So next, for 75 minutes time frame, stocks near to the 75 minutes supply zone, we got 6 stocks. Let us identify 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones. Coal India is having a high liquidity zone. Exide Industries is having a high liquidity zone. IRCTC is not valid because it is a pierced zone. Next, Sonacoms is having high liquidity zone. So total 3 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones identified from this list. So this is about daily and 75 minutes time frame, stocks near demand and supply zones. Next, I will generate NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain reports. Starting with NIFTY. Nifty 50, it is nothing but NIFTY. Starting with monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. In any supply demand zone chain reports, always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. look into the pierced column to find the pierced zones, and look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. And you already learned one time frame higher is ITF and one more time frame higher is HTF trends. And remember these points for all the supply demand zone chain reports. And also don't forget to pause the video when you are moving from one report to another report, because I am giving you very few seconds time to watch the reports. Okay, next, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Okay, this is about NIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next, I will generate BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain reports, changing the name to NIFTY Bank. That is nothing but BANKNIFTY. Generating monthly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Next, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So this is BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain reports. So we have completed both NIFTY and BANKNIFTY. Next, I will generate bullish and bearish trade setups for and also sideways trade setups for monthly, weekly, daily and hourly income trades. Starting with monthly income trade, sideways long trade setup. Entry time frame should be daily. Entry zone should be demand zone. And bullish or bearish or sideways trade setup parameter at entry time frame daily. I am selecting sideways long, and zone achievement should be violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score for sideways 11. So with these values, we got 5 stocks. Monthly income trade, sideways long trade setup, and entry zones are daily demand zones. And pierced zones you should use only for pierced zone strategies. You can't use for your sideways trade setup. Okay, next sideways short trade setup. The changes are daily supply zone and here sideways short. Let me generate We got two stocks. Monthly income trade, sideways short trade setup. And zones are daily supply zones. Next, bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. The changes are daily demand zone. And here bullish. And also one more change, minimum order hands score should be 12. Let us filter. We got 17 stocks. They are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, and entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. All these daily demand zones. So total 17 stocks we got. Now let's further filter these 17 stocks based on the different zone confluence and EMA confluence strategies for finding high priority trade setup supported demand zones, daily demand zones. So first filter I am adding daily and weekly demand zone confluence supported stocks in those 17 stocks. Daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence filter is enabled. By applying the filter on those 17 stocks, we got 12 stocks. In all these 12 stocks, these daily demand zones, all these are daily demand zones, they are overlapped with weekly demand zone. And a weekly trend, that is nothing but ITF trend is up. We can further apply one more filter, EMA confluence on the weekly time frame. Our entry time frame daily, but why we are applying on weekly? Because daily demand zone is overlapped with weekly demand zone. That's why we are checking weekly demand zone having weekly EMA or not, because weekly trend is uptrend. Only sideways you can't use EMA confluence. Because weekly trend is uptrend, I am checking weekly demand zone having weekly EMA or not. In this case, the overlapped daily demand zone inside this weekly might be having more high probability to get success. See, 10 stocks we got. In all the 10 stocks, daily demand zones overlapped with weekly. The weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence. So that's why these 10 daily demand zones might be having more high probability to get success. Provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, there are higher chances the daily demand zones might be violated. Lesson 20 is very, very important. For all the reports, lesson 20 checklist items, you have to verify, then only you should plan the trades. It is a thumb rule. I may not be repeating this point, but remember. Okay, next we will look into LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence supported stocks. That is a daily, weekly and monthly demand zone confluence supported stocks. I am removing EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First one is a daily and weekly demand zone already enabled. Daily and monthly demand zone confluence and weekly and monthly demand zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 5 stocks. That means in all the 5 stocks, these daily demand zones, all these are daily demand zones. They are overlapped with weekly demand zone. Both together again overlapped with monthly demand zone. And monthly trend is uptrend in all the stocks. So we can further filter monthly demand zones with monthly EMA confluence. Monthly demand zone with monthly EMA. So we got 1 stock. That way this daily demand zone might be having more high probability to get success. Provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. So this is about monthly income trade, bullish trade setup. Next, monthly income trade, bearish trade setup. Entry time frame daily, entry zone, supply zone, bullish or bearish at daily time frame. I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order hands score 12. Let's filter. We got 2 stocks supporting daily supply zones or entry zones. Both these daily. And as per yesterday's report, both these zones are having a daily and weekly and monthly demand zone confluence, supply zone confluence. But weekly supply zone having weekly EMA. Let us quickly verify. First, supply zone confluence. Daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. See, both are filtered. Now EMA Confluence and weekly, because daily overlapped with weekly. So weekly supply zone with weekly EMA. See, again both are filtered. Next, removing EMA filter, even if you keep, not a problem for these two. Anyway, both are. Now let me check daily, weekly, monthly supply zone Confluence supported stocks. First one enabled, daily and monthly, weekly and monthly supply zone Confluence. With all the three, again both will be filtered. See, both are filtered. Only monthly EMA we are not checking because monthly trend is sideways. So that way these two are having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, zones might be violated. So this is already tested once. Previously we got the test. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next we will look into weekly income trade reports. Entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, demand zone. And here bullish, bearish, sideways at 75 minutes. I am selecting sideways long. Zone achievement, violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhances score 11. And 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So one more filter we are adding, pierced count. So at the entry time frame, that is 75 minutes, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count should be 0. Pierced count 0 means zone is not pierced. That filter is applied to 75 minutes demand zone. So we got 4 stocks. Sideways long trade setup for weekly income trade, and all these entry time frame zones are 75 minutes demand zones. Okay, next sideways short trade setup for weekly income trade, changes are daily supply zone, and here sideways short. Let's filter. We got 1 stock, healthcare index. This is okay. Next report is a bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. The changes are 75 minutes demand zone, here bullish, and one more change, minimum order enhances score 12. Let's filter. We got 15 stocks supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and entry time frame zones are 75 minutes demand zones, entry time frame zones up to here. So total 15 stocks we got. Out of these 15, let us further identify high probability trade setup supported zones. Similar to the filters I explained in the previous report, that is monthly income trade, the same rules, but quickly I will generate by reducing the commentary. First filter 75 minutes and daily demand zone Confluence. I enabled the filter. We got 12 stocks. In all 12, ITF trend is uptrend. That is daily trend. So let's further filter with EMA Confluence and daily time frame by setting daily demand zone having daily EMA. So we got 4 stocks. That way these 4 75 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances zones might be violated. Okay, next LTF, ITF, HTF, demand zone Confluence, supported stocks. Removed EMA filter. Demand zone Confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First one already enabled, 75 and daily. Next, 75 and weekly, daily and weekly demand zone Confluence. With all 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. These two 75 minutes demand zones overlapped with daily. Both together again overlapped with weekly demand zone. And weekly trend is uptrend in 2 stocks. Let's further verify any of these weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA. In that case, the 75 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success. So weekly time frame I am checking. Weekly demand zone with weekly EMA. Both stocks are having uptrend. Let's filter. So both are filtered. That means both these 75 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, there are higher chances zones might be violated. Okay, this is bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, we will look into bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame 75 minutes, entry zone, supply zone, bullish or bearish at 75. I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd and hands score 12, and also 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 6 stocks. So these 6 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, and entry time frame zones are 75 minute supply zones. So total we got 6 stocks. Out of these 6, let us further filter for finding the high probability trade setup supported zones. First filter I am setting in supply zone Confluence. That is 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone Confluence. So with this filter we got 5 stocks. In all the 5 stocks, these 75 minute supply zones are overlapped with daily supply zone. And daily trend is a downtrend in all the stocks. So let's further filter with EMA Confluence and daily time frame. EMA Confluence and daily, I am setting daily supply zone having daily EMA Confluence. So one stock is filtered. That way, this 75 minute supply zone might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next we will look into LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone Confluence supported stocks. That is 75 daily and weekly supply zone Confluence supported stocks. 3 filters we have to set. Something wrong. Okay, in the supply zone Confluence, 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone Confluence already enabled. 75 with weekly supply zone Confluence, daily with weekly supply zone Confluence. With all the 3 filters, we did not get any stocks. Okay, this is about weekly income trade for weekly. This is about weekly income trade, bearish trade setup. Next, we will look into daily income trade reports. Daily income trade entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone, demand zone, bullish, bearish or sideways trade setup parameter at 15 minutes. I am selecting sideways long. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd and hands score 11, and 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count parameter at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So with these filters, we got 4 stocks. These 4 stocks are supporting sideways long trade setup for daily income trade, and entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. See, some of these demand zones are already tested. This one already tested thrice. This is already tested twice. This is already tested once. That means previous reports, if they might have listed, we would have already got some trades from these zones. Next, sideways short trade setup for daily income trade. Changes are 15 minute supply zone, and one more change here, sideways short. Let's filter. So we got 4 stocks. Entry time frame zones are 15 minute supply zone. This is already tested once. This is also tested once. Next, bullish trade setup for daily income trade. The changes are 15 minutes demand zone. Here bullish, and one more change here, minimum odd and hands score 12. Let's filter. We got 13 stocks supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Okay, out of these 13, let us further filter based on zone confluence strategies. First one is 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. I enabled the filter. So we got 9 stocks. In all the 9 stocks, 75 minutes trend is uptrend in all the stocks. So what we do, EMA confluence filter, let us add on the 75 minutes time frame, and I'm checking 75 minutes demand zone having daily EMA or not. So we got one stock. That way this 15 minutes demand zone might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise higher chances that zone might be violated. Next we will verify 15 minutes, 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence supported stocks. Removing EMA filter. In the demand zone confluence, already one filter we enabled, two more filters, 15 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence. With all the three filters, we got 5 stocks. In all the 5 stocks, these 15 minutes demand zones are overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone, both together again overlapped with daily demand zone. And daily trend is up in all the stocks except third one. So let us ignore third. In remaining 4 stocks, let's verify how many daily demand zones are having daily EMA confluence. And also trend on the daily should not be sideways. It should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. So 2 stocks we got. That way these two 15 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise higher chances that zones may violate. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Next we will generate bearish trade setup for daily income trade reports. Entry time frame 15 minutes, entry zone, supply zone. Here bullish or bearish at 15 minutes, I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhancer score 12, and also 15 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count parameter at 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 5 stocks. These 5 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame zones are these 15 minute supply zones. Okay, out of these 15 minute supply zone, how many are having more high probability to get success? That we will verify based on zone confluence and then EMA confluence strategies. First filter is 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. I enabled the filter and applying on those 5 stocks, we got 4 stocks. In all the 4 stocks, these 15 minute supply zones are overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. And 75 minutes trend is a downtrend in all the stocks. So let's further filter by checking 75 minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. After setting the filter, we got 3 stocks. That means these 3 15 minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise higher chances that zone might be violated. Okay, next let us look into 15 minutes, 75 minutes and even daily supply zone confluence supported stocks. Removing EMA filter, supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First filter is already enabled. Next 15 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 3 stocks. In these 3 stocks, these 15 minute supply zones are overlapped with 75 minute supply zone, both together again overlapped with the daily supply zone. And daily trend is down in only 2 stocks out of 3. So in these 2 stocks, let's verify any daily supply zones are having daily EMA. Checking daily supply zone having daily EMA. At the same time, trend on the daily should not be sideways. It should be only downtrend because it is bearish trade setup. So we got both these stocks. So these 2 supply zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise higher chances that zones might be violated. So this is about a bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Next, let us generate hourly income trade reports. For hourly income trade, entry time frame 5 minutes, entry zone, demand zone, bullish, bearish, sideways trade setup. At 5 minutes, I am selecting sideways long, zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhancer score 11, and also 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 5 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 7 stocks. In all the 7 stocks, they are supporting sideways long trade setup for hourly income trade. Entry time frame zones are 5 minutes demand zones. Next, sideways short trade setup for hourly income trade. Changes are 5 minutes supply zone and one more change, sideways short. With these filters, we got 3 stocks. Entry time frame zones are 5 minutes supply zones. Next, bullish trade setup. The changes are 5 minutes demand zone. One more change here, bullish. And one more change, minimum order enhancer score should be 12. Let's filter. We got 7 stocks supporting bullish trade setup for hourly income trade. And entry time frame zones are 5 minutes demand zones. Now let's verify out of these 7 how many are having more high probability to get success. That we will filter based on different zone confluence and EMA confluence strategies. First filter is 5 minutes and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. By enabling the filter, the 7 out of 7, 4 are filtered. In these 4 stocks, these 5 minutes demand zones are overlapped with 15 minutes demand zone. And 15 minutes trend is uptrend. Let's verify any 15 minutes demand zones are having daily EMA confluence. So none of the stocks are filtered. High probability stocks did not filter. Next we will look into LTF, ITF, HTF, demand zone confluence supported stocks. Remove EMA filter. Demand zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. This is the first one, already enabled. Next 5 minutes and 75 minutes, 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. With all 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. In these 2 stocks, these 5 minutes demand zones are overlapped with 15 minutes demand zone. Both together again overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone. And 75 minutes trend is up. 75 minutes trend up, only 1 stock. HTF is 75 minutes. Let's verify this stock 75 minutes demand zone having daily EMA confluence. And also trend on the 75 minutes should not be sideways. It should be only uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. So no stocks are filtered. That means we don't have any high probability trade setup supported zones for hourly income trade, long trade setup. Okay, next let us look into hourly income trade, short trade setup. Hourly income trade, bearish trade setup. Entry time frame 5 minutes, entry zone, supply zone. Bullish or bearish at 5 minutes, I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement, violated opposing zone. Minimum order enhancer score 12. And also 5 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count parameter at 5 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters, we got 9 stocks supporting bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. And entry time frame zones are 5 minutes supply zones. Okay, out of these 9 5 minute supply zones, so how many are having more high probability to get success? That we will filter based on this zone confluence. So first filter is 5 minutes and 15 minutes supply zone confluence. I am enabling the filter. By applying the filter, out of 9, we got 8 stocks. In all these 8 stocks, these 5-minute supply zones are overlapped with the 15-minute supply zone. And 15 minutes trend is a downtrend in all the stocks. So let's verify further based on EMA confluence on the 15 minutes supply zones. EMA confluence at 15 minutes, I am checking. 15 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence. So we got 3 stocks. So that way these 3 15-minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied, otherwise zones might be violated. Okay, next we will look into LTF, ITF and even HTF supply zone confluence supported stocks. 5 minutes, 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. Remove EMA filter. The supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set. First one is already enabled. Next 5 minutes and 75 minutes, 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, we got 7 stocks. In all the 7 stocks, these 5-minute supply zones are overlapped with 15-minute supply zone, both together again overlapped with 75-minute supply zone. And 75 minutes trend is down in all the stocks. So let's further filter. Any 75 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence. At 75 minutes time frame, checking 75 minute supply zone having daily EMA confluence. So 3 stocks are filtered. That way these 3 5-minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. So this is about bullish and bearish and sideways trade setups for different income trades. Next we will generate finding the stocks near demand and supply zones for all the time frames. First starting with yearly, checking price closed inside the yearly demand zone, 2 stocks are filtered. Next, price closed inside the yearly supply zone, no stocks. Next time frame half yearly, stocks near half yearly demand zone, no stocks. Stocks near half yearly supply zone, also no stocks. Next, price closed inside the half yearly demand zone, we got 3 stocks. Next, price closed inside the half yearly supply zone, we got 3 stocks. Next time frame is quarterly, stocks near to the quarterly demand zone, we got 2 stocks. Next, stocks near to the quarterly supply zone, we got 1 stock. Next, price closed inside the quarterly demand zone, we got 11 stocks. We can further filter based on quarterly demand zone having quarterly EMA confluence. By setting, and at the same time trend on the quarterly should not be sideways, it can be up or down. We got 6 stocks. Okay, next, price closed inside the quarterly supply zones, we got 15 stocks. We can further filter based on quarterly supply zone having quarterly EMA confluence. Quarterly supply zone having quarterly EMA, at the same time the trend on the quarterly should not be sideways, it can be up or down. So we got 3 stocks. Okay, next time frame is monthly. Stocks near to the monthly demand zone, we got 6 stocks. Next, stocks near to the monthly supply zone, we got 5 stocks. Next, Price closed inside the monthly demand zone. We got 18 stocks. We can further filter this list based on monthly demand zone having monthly EMA confluence. So in the EMA at monthly, I am checking monthly demand zone having monthly EMA. At the same time, trend on the monthly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. So we got 7 stocks. Okay, next, price closed inside the monthly supply zone. We got a big list. First 15 stocks in the list. I am scrolling the list down. Total 40 stocks are filtered. We can further filter this list by setting monthly supply zone having monthly EMA confluence. Monthly supply zone with monthly EMA, and also trend on the monthly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. So we got 13 stocks. So this is about monthly time frame. Next time frame is a weekly. Stocks near to the weekly demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Next, stocks near to the weekly supply zone. We got 14 stocks. Next, price closed inside the weekly demand zone. First 18 stocks in the list. I'm scrolling the list down. Total 23 are filtered. We can further filter this list by checking weekly demand zones are having weekly EMA confluence. Weekly demand zone with weekly EMA. So we got 19 stocks. 20 stocks we got. First 19 stocks. Scrolling the list down. Total we got 20 stocks. Next we will look into price closed inside the weekly supply zones. We got a big list. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 60 stocks are filtered. Let us further filter this list by checking weekly supply zone having weekly EMA confluence. Weekly supply zone having weekly EMA. At the same time, trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. We got 15 stocks. So this is about the weekly time frame. Next time frame daily we already generated in the beginning of the report. So the next time frame is 125 minutes time frame. Stocks near to the 125 minutes demand zone. We got 12 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 125 minute supply zone. We got the first 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. So total 18 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes, already generated in the beginning of the report. So the next time frame is 25 minutes. Stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 25 minute supply zone. We got 7 stocks. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. We got 6 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 15 minute supply zone. We got 11 stocks. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near to the 5 minutes demand zone. We got 10 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 5-minute supply zone, we got 10 stocks. So we have generated all the reports for stocks near demand and supply zones. And final report, let us generate stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. So I'm scrolling the list down, wherever you want to, whichever the stock you want to refer, there pause the video. Okay, I'm scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.